I'm Dr. Nordquist. I'm a medical oncologist that has a specialty in urologic cancers, primarily prostate cancers. I have a strong focus in clinical trials. So I opened my cancer center in 2010, been open 12 years. We see about 450 men a month with prostate cancer from as many as 46 states that come in. And so we started to get really good at research and people noticed. And so then many other community cancer centers around the country said, how can you help us do that? So we created a network of community cancer centers, and we call that XCancer, where we find the studies, do the budgets, contracts, regulatory documents, data entry, help them with coordinator skills. And so we become their backbone. What that allows is more cutting-edge clinical trials in the communities to access for more people. And it also allows revenue for community cancer centers that have otherwise been struggling to make end meets with all the cuts in reimbursement.
My name is Coralie Allers, and I'm an account executive with Cassling. When I met Dr. Luke and the staff at UCC, they were having applications on their new PET CT. I supported them through that journey with some questions and answers and technical things that needed supported. And then following that, there was some questions with the Symbia camera that they have installed also. And then they were growing. They were doing more trials, and more pharmaceutical companies were reaching out to them for new things. Some of those new things required a SPECT CT. We started having conversations about how could Siemens support them with that SPECT CT. And part of that involved Dr. Luke growing into a space that was attached to his building. So they purchased a dental office and grew into that space. And that's where we installed the SPECT CT. That SPECT CT is a requirement for certain studies that he is doing and certain trials so that it can follow the patient through their entire journey. We tried to take a consultative approach with Dr. Luke. He was needing some construction. He was also needing help with financing the project. So we worked together with Siemens Financial to do some creative things like creating a low to high structure on a finance proposal for them, and also including the construction in that portion.
They've been great to work with. This equipment's not cheap, and I'm a solo medical oncologist. I have 55 staff, 55 mouths to feed, and so to come in and say we need to spend a significant amount of money on equipment is daunting and sometimes probably prohibitive. But they made that doable. They said, hey, look, we can help fix the rooms to what they need to be. We can help to finance the equipment, and then we're off and running, and it's been a really good business decision on my part. Through the business development, the build out, the financing, the service, I've had no complaints. That's why we stuck with them and continue to expand our operation.
One of the things that Dr. Luke and some of his COO and his CEO had said during the process was that we were easy to work with, and that they really liked the fact that we were able to be creative in structuring the financing and that we were able to include the construction. They also thoroughly enjoyed working with Lytle Construction because, again, what they promised is what they delivered. So that was something that's been very important to them, was the consultative approach and delivering what you're saying you're going to do. What I like most about working for Cassling is that I still get to touch patients' lives. So I'm a registered technologist by background, and the part that I miss is that patient connection, and this still keeps me connected with the patients. And the great thing that Urology Cancer Center is doing is that they're giving their patients more time, and that's the greatest gift you could give someone. Moving
forward, I think the future of treating cancers is either with immune therapies or theranostic radiopharmaceuticals, molecular imaging. And we're involved with all of those, but by far I put the biggest investment in the radiopharmaceutical and molecular imaging because so very few other centers have, and we're really on the cutting edge. We're doing many first in worlds of those here. A company called Clarity out of Australia. I got copper 64 PSMA PET. They came to the United States, picked 3 centers, Johns Hopkins, Mayo Clinic, and my center, and we did the first 6 people in the world on their PET isotope, and many more things like that, many examples. But you can see the results. It's changing people's lives, whether it's better identifying where the disease is like we never could before, or allowing treatments that are taking people that are near hospice and giving them a second lease on life. It's just incredible when you see it work. So I like to be on that cutting edge.